The Finance Minister, Katy Gallagher, has denied claims she misled Parliament over comments she made to Senate estimates. Political reporter Matthew Doran has more and starts by explaining how it all began.
This all relates to the rape allegation that was made by former Liberal staffer Brittany Higgins back in 2021. The allegation that she had been raped by a former colleague in a ministerial office in this very building here in Canberra. Now, we do of course have to point out that the man at the centre of these claims, Bruce Lehrmann, has always maintained his innocence and no criminal verdict has ever been reached or made against him. But the situation that has arisen over the last couple of days is that the Australian newspaper has published a series of text messages between Ms Higgins and her partner David Sharaz discussing how they were going to handle this allegation once it was made public through the media. Some of those text messages show that Mr Sharaz had alerted Labor Senator Katy Gallagher to this story, saying it was going to be published imminently and giving her details of the rape allegation that was about to be made public. What has gone from there is a bit of back and forth between the government and the coalition. Senior coalition members accusing Labor of trying to weaponise the rape allegation while they were in opposition, throwing questions at senior members of the government along those lines, and references to a fairly fiery moment between Senator Gallagher, the Labor Senator Penny Wong, and Liberal Senator Linda Reynolds, who had been the minister employing Brittany Higgins at the time of the alleged rape in Senate estimates, where Senator Reynolds said that there had been, she'd been told rather, that Labor had prior knowledge of this story being made public and were seeking to use it in this for this political purpose. At the time, Senator Gallagher was very quick to fire back, saying that that was not the case, going so far as to say to Senator Reynolds, "How dare you," for making such a suggestion. And that's led us to this point where the leak of these text messages to the Australian newspaper, which have not been seen by the ABC, have led to these further questions to Senator Gallagher. We haven't heard from Katy Gallagher for much of this week, certainly since those text messages were first published by the Australian newspaper, but she did speak a short time ago in Perth. She confirmed that David Sharaz had given her some details of the rape allegation, but she insists that she did not use those allegations for political gain. She says that she maintained the confidence of Brittany Higgins and David Sharaz in dealing with these comments that were put forward, but she was grilled specifically as to what she had been told prior to those stories being made public.
No, I did not mislead the Parliament. I was responding to an assertion that was being made by the Minister Reynolds at the time, that we had known about this for weeks and had made a decision to weaponise it. That is not true. It was never true. I explained that to Senator Reynolds that night. She accepted that explanation.
That's Labor Senator Katy Gallagher speaking a short time ago in Perth. We've also heard this morning from the Foreign Minister Penny Wong, who was also as part of that exchange with Linda Reynolds a couple of years back. She says that she too did not have any knowledge of that situation, and she's also called for some restraint in the reporting of these text messages, considering the mental impact or the impact on mental health that it could have to Ms Higgins.